Hey everybody, I'm Heath Goodwin. I'm the tournament director for the Frozen Woodpecker presented by Good Throw Disc. On behalf of myself and my fellow tournament directors, Josh Randolph and Rebecca Zambrano, we'd like to thank you for playing in our tournament. Check-in will be starting at 8 o'clock and run to 8:30. We'll have a short players meeting 8:45 and we will get started by 9 o'clock. The way that it's going to work when you check in, come up to the table, check in, you'll get one of these, you'll pick up one of these nice empty Chick-fil-A bags. Chick-fil-A is one of our main sponsors, so we'd like to thank them. You pick up one of these nice empty bags, then you get a beanie. We got different color beanies, black, we got pink, camouflage, gray. You get a Prodigy Mini. And then if you were one of the first 50 amateurs that signed up, you get one of these nice Frozen Woodpecker discs to choose from. We got a few M4s. We got some A2s. F3s. There's another A2. We have some D2s. D1s. And a couple of 350 PA3s. So we don't want you to pick up or mess with any disc until you check in. We have the list made from the order that you registered, and the first 50 amateurs will get one of these tournament stamped discs. Now we also have some stock discs there, and we'll have some discs from some of our past tournaments, like May the Course Be With You. And say one of the first 50 people that registered do not want one of these discs and they'd rather have one of the other ones. Then we will go down the list, then the 51st person will be able to get one of these discs. So make sure you get in line, get that. We want to make that as quick as possible. It's going to be raining, it's going to be wet. We'll play in the rain, but of course we won't play in any lightning or anything like that. We'll keep a good look on that. We'd like to go ahead and thank our sponsors. Of course, Chick-fil-A is one of our main sponsors for our tournament this year. We have AGL Disc. We have Align Tech, Barebite Disc, Chick-fil-A of Gadsden, Dynamic Disc Our City, Dynamic Collision, Gadsden Regional Medical Center, Goodwin Heat and Air Conditioning, General Van, McDonald's of Etowah County, Monkey Grip Dyes, Michael Felton, Northeast Imaging, LLC, Shoti Designs from Gary Shote, WPC The Shop. We also have Calhoun County Disc Golf Club is doing whole sponsorship with us. So we'd like to thank all of our sponsors. It makes this tournament a lot easier. Rebecca Zambrano kind of took the lead with the t-shirts and t-shirt design and all that. So the t-shirts is going to have that Frozen Woodpecker logo that she made up for those shirts. We'd also like to thank Limitless Designs by Emily. Helped us get the stamp for the disc. Now we'll go over a little bit of the OB rules and everything. If you're playing an A pool, which would be MPO, MA1, MA2, MA40, you're going to be playing all long pads except for holes 8 and 14 to all the red baskets. So that's all long pads to all red baskets except for 8 and 14. Also, if you're in the A pool, in those divisions, your CTP holes will be every even hole except for hole 8. So 2, 4, 6, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, you'll have a CTP chance on all those holes. If you're playing in any of the other divisions that I mentioned, you'll be playing all short pads to all red baskets. All short pads to all red baskets. And that is the B pool. And if you're in the B pool, you will have a CTP chance on every odd hole except for hole 13. So you will also have 8 CTP holes. So we're giving away 16 CTPs on the day. We'll also do a couple of random wheel draws for a Prodigy bag and some hats and discs like that. Any of the extra CTPs we have and stuff like that, we'll do a couple of spins of the wheel and see who that lands on. We're hoping to have Dynamic Disc Iron City at the tournament, selling some merchandise, setting up, also Monkey Grip dies. So make sure that y'all support them because they're always good about supporting us. Okay, let's get a little bit of OB. Hole 1 is going to be, OB is going to be surrounded by water, on or over path at the end of the hole. 2, surrounded by water, on or over path. 3, same thing, on over path or surrounded by water. 4 is going to be surrounded by water. 5 will be no OB. 6 will be OB surrounded by water, but you also have a Mando. If the Mando is missed, you must go to the drop zone with a stroke penalty. And the Mando is in play for all divisions. 7 will be on or over path or surrounded by water, OB. 8, everybody will be playing the short pad on 8, and the path will play like a river. So if you end up completely on the path, right in front of the basket, you are OB. 9 will be on over path OB, and there will be a painted orange line behind the basket. So anything past that orange line will also be OB. On 10, we will be playing, if you're in A pool, you'll be playing from the long pad. There'll be a double Mando. You must make the double Mando. If not, you advance to the short pad with a stroke penalty. And then the OB will be surrounded by path or surrounded by water. 11 will be all water on that hole's casual. There's a few little streams that run through there. That will all be casual, all that water. On the baseball field to the right will be OB. 12 will be an island hole. There will be a painted island. If you have not made the island, then it's a hazard play. So you'll be playing from where it lies with a stroke penalty. Over the fence or surrounded by concrete that is outside the circle. There's some concrete that is inside the circle. But if you're over the fence on the ball field, or if you are surrounded by concrete outside the circle, you are OB. Then you would take it from your last point in bounds and with a stroke penalty. And say that you had not made the island, or even if you have made the island and you putt and it rolls away and rolls outside the island, you are in the hazard. So you have to add another stroke penalty and play it from where it lies there. On hole 13, all water on hole 13 is casual. There is a Mando in play for all divisions. If you do not make the Mando, you will advance to the drop zone, which is directly left of the Mando, with a stroke penalty. There is a sidewalk, walking path, and road to the left. On that or over that will be OB. So on or over road is OB. 14, everybody will be playing a short pad. On that, you'll also have some water. Sometimes on that, all water is casual. On or over the path is OB. 15, same thing. Might have some water, but it is casual. On or over path, OB. 16, might have some little creeks on it. The same thing. On or over path is OB. 17, if you are playing an A pool, you're playing from the long pad. The long pad is actually out of bounds. You do not come in bounds until you pass over the walking path. Not the walking path directly in front of you, but the walking path that is to the left of the short pad. You must come to rest in bounds on that side of the track, or you are considered OB, and you must go to the short pad, which is the drop zone, with a stroke penalty. So it doesn't matter if you throw it past the basket into the pond on your drive. That means you did not end up in bounds safe, so therefore you would come all the way back to the short pad with a stroke penalty. Once you have landed safely in bounds, or if you're in the B pool playing from the short pad, once you get to the landing area, from then on it's normal OB rules. On over path OB, or surrounded by water OB. On hole 18, if you're playing from the long pad, then the Mando is in play for you. You must make the Mando. If you do not make the Mando, you go to the short pad with a stroke penalty. From that point on, or from past the Mando, if you end up in the water, surrounded by water, on the pavilion, or on or over the walking track past the basket, that is OB. You would take it from the last place in bounds. And you always have the choice on hole 18, if you're throwing from longs or even shorts, if you go OB, you can just go to the short pad and play from there. So that is all the OBs. It's pretty self-explanatory. If you have any questions, you can come to myself, Josh, or Rebecca, and we can help you with that. Scoring-wise, we would prefer everyone use PDGA Live Scoring. There's an app for it. It's really simple. It makes kind of everybody's lives simpler. If everybody on the card would use PDGA Live Scoring, we are not saying you have to use that, but we prefer it. But everybody on every card has to keep score for everybody in the group. So you use PDGA Live Scoring. We will have scorecards if you want to do scorecards. You can use UDisc if you would like to do UDisc. The thing with PDGA Live Scoring, at the end of it, we can see who keeps the score, and it tells us. So if you do not keep score on PDGA Live Scoring, then you need to either come to me, Josh, or Rebecca at Tournament Central at the Pavilion, and we will mark off that you kept score that round. It's the new rules in place. It makes it real fair where, some people might play better when they don't know the score. Some people might play better when they do. This makes it fair across the board that everybody has to keep everyone's score. And for the PDGA Live Scoring, if there's any discrepancies with that, it tells you right when you're putting the score in. That's what makes that a lot easier. The thing with these scoring, if you're doing paper card and you mess up, everybody on your card does not get penalized, only you for turning in the wrong scorecard. They could assign other scorecards that were correct. So make sure you have all your scores correct. You finalize it before you leave your last hole. It helps out a lot. Sometimes it's not going to get finalized. We have to contact people during lunch, help them finalize it, or tell them to finalize it. That way we can get the cards out for the second round. We'll be doing hour after the last card goes out. We'll start the second round, but we'll make sure we'll put those announcements out when that comes around. Don't hold the swampiness and the wetness against us at Rainbow City. Parks and Rec and the members of the club have done really good, making the course look good. I think it's a really tough but fair layout. If you have any problems while you're at the course, just let us know. If you haven't played in a couple of years, we got brand new baskets. We got some Prodigy T2 baskets, and we still have the Mach 3s. So on every hole, you'll have 2 T-pads and 2 baskets on every hole. We got brand new signs done. We got brand new flags, but somehow out in the open holes, the wind has really ripped the flags, so we have to get a couple of new flags for that. Our plans are right now to get T signs made, for all the short pads as well. We're going to fix a few T pads, extend them to the left or right, make other pin positions more accessible from the tee box. We have got brooms on every hole, but sometimes people come around walking or whatnot, break the brooms, so we're in the process of fixing all those again. We just hope you really enjoy coming to Rainbow City, and we hope you enjoy the tournament. Again, if you have any questions, you can email me, you can text me. My number should be on everything. We will keep a close look on the weather. If we need to delay our start a little bit, We'll let everybody know and check in. We'll try to go as smooth as possible. The leaves are pretty thick out there at Rainbow City, so make sure you keep an eye on your disc. For pace of play, if you throw in the pond and you cannot retrieve it within, say, 30 seconds to a minute, we ask that you just leave it there, get it in between rounds or after the rounds. We don't want anybody sitting there trying to dig a disc out for 5 or 10 minutes. If you say you're on hole 5, there's no OB, you lose a disc in the leaves, use the appropriate amount of time. After you look for a little bit, y'all call time, start putting it on the clock. If you can't find it, go back to the T-pad for a lost disc. Say you're on hole 2, where the string completely goes down the right side of the thing, of the hole. Everybody on your card sees that it goes in the creek, but you get down to the creek's rushing because all the rain, you cannot actually see your disc. Treat it just like you would if it went in the pond. You don't know exactly where it is in the pond, but you know it went OB. This will help pace of play. Again, any questions with that, ask me, Josh, or Rebecca. We will help you with that. So we will see y'all all bright and early Saturday morning. Remember, get there early, check in. We have a lot of merchandise up there. Make sure, if down at Discount City and Monkey Grip Dice shows up, make sure to show them some love, get some good purchases in. You might be lucky enough to win a CTP to one of these vendors there for the tournament. So make sure you throw your best shots. The way the CTPs are going to work, they'll be on note cards. We're going to shuffle them up. We have a list of all the CTPs already in line. We'll pull the first note card out. You'll get the first CTP. We'll blindly pull the second one out. You'll get the second one. Now, if y'all want to trade later on the CTP winners, that's perfectly fine with us. But we think that's the fairest way to do it. So, thank you for listening, and just be hopeful that the weather stays as good as possible. All right, thank y'all.